What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about The Last Jedi Blu-ray sales. Why are we talking about The Last Jedi Blu-ray sales? Well, it was reported just a few days ago that the #1 selling Blu-ray of the year is The Last Jedi. And right on cue, anybody that needs any reason to defend this movie, and there's not many reasons to defend it, but the few people that are out there that will die on this hill, they are trying their best to spin this in the best direction possible for them. Now, I said many times on this channel, over and over again, that The Last Jedi would be #1 when it came out, and it was going to sell a lot of units. I never disputed that. But in comparison to The Force Awakens is what everybody was waiting for. We wanted to see how big of a drop-off would it be. Now, we were expecting somewhat of a drop-off. 15, 20%. That's actually fair, for a sequel coming off such a highly anticipated film. 20, 25% at the most, you know what I mean? And so, anyway, we all waited for that. So when we started getting some actual numbers, I made a video talking about the actual numbers for week 1 of the Blu-ray sales of The Force Awakens versus the Blu-ray sales of The Last Jedi. This is still data that is available today, and you can look it up. Well, our good buddy Chucky Poo Wendig, who is an author for Star Wars and a blocker on Twitter. He will block you. It doesn't matter if you've interacted with him. It doesn't matter what you do. If you are active on Twitter, there's a good chance this guy's going to block you, especially if you have given an opinion that he disagrees with. And it doesn't matter what the opinion is. Like, he could just say it's cold outside. You can say, yeah, it's not that cold. That block. He will block you for nothing, because this is the type of echo chamber this person has tried to create. So when you see people that are his followers that comment, they are people that basically say, Chuck, you're so right. You're so right. You're so right, Chuck. This is exactly what he needs. So Chuck has decided, even though he blocked me, I don't know, several months ago, I guess back in like March, maybe? I'm not sure. I never interacted with the guy. So, but he blocked me a long time ago. But he still is very interested in the Geeks and Gamers content. So, Chuck, thank you for watching, first of all. And thank you for sharing our content, things like that, and just making people aware of us. We really do appreciate it. So, anyway, this was on the 5th of September. People have said to send me screenshots because, obviously, I don't pay attention to Chuck's Twitter, and I can't because he blocked me. So, he shares a screenshot of our video. It says, more bad news for Star Wars. The Last Jedi Blu-ray sales aren't good. And he says, I mean, surely this fine, smart person who rants about facts isn't wrong because he ranted about facts. I was told the Blu-ray was tanking. What even is reality? Then right on cue, Mr. Brian Young comes in and says, those particular geeks and gamers are all about the fake news, Chuck. Now, let me remind you who Brian Young is. Brian Young is a contributor to StarWars.com. He's also a contributor to many sites. And just a few months ago, Brian Young decided to lie about me and say that I was leading the boycott charge against Solo. He point blank said this. He also mentioned EVS. So I responded with a video where I basically point blank showed video evidence where on multiple occasions over multiple weeks, I point blank said on camera, I do not support boycotts. I am not going to go see this movie because it's my individual decision, but I support your right to go see the movie as many times as you want. I don't believe in boycotts. Yet Brian Young decided to say, I supported the boycott and led the boycott movement. Once my video came out and I destroyed him, he quietly edited the article and never offered an apology or anything like that. Why? Because these are the types of people we're dealing with. If I make mistakes, I'll admit I make mistakes. Brian Young does not like to admit he makes mistakes because he wants you to perceive him as a perfect individual who does nothing wrong. Now, let's get on to the bigger issue here. Now, Chuck says, I'm not, let's see, a person who rants about facts isn't wrong because he ran about facts. I was told Blu-ray was tanking. Well, Chuck, let's talk about the things I talked about in that video. So what did I say in the video? I said in the video, I specifically shared actual data. The Force Awakens. Week 1, when I made that video, the week 1 data told us that The Force Awakens sold 3.4 million units in the first week, which is a record by far for any Blu-ray. A record. Why? Because the audience, myself included, really enjoyed this movie. I have continued to stand by that, and I will, no matter how many people tell me that they don't like the fact that I defend The Force Awakens, I will because I like The Force Awakens. Now, what else was I talking about? I was talking about The Last Jedi numbers in comparison to The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi sold 1.8 million units in the first week. 1.8 compared to 3.4. That is a major drop. A monumental drop from where The Force Awakens was. Now, again, we expected somewhat of a drop. That is a massive drop. A drop that not even Disney was prepared for. That was the point of my video. But you're not worried about context. You're only worried about creating a false narrative. I never said The Force Awakens or the Last Jedi was a failure on Blu-ray. I said many times it was going to be #1 because it's Star Wars. But how would it perform against The Force Awakens? And this is a monumental drop. And to this date, the Last Jedi has sold a hair over 3 million copies after 17 weeks. A hair over 3 million. That still doesn't even beat the first week's sales for The Force Awakens. 17 weeks into The Last Jedi Blu-ray sales, it still hasn't even matched the first week for The Force Awakens. That is my point. Now, you don't have to like my position. You don't have to like any of it. But those are the facts. And the facts don't care about your feelings, Chuck. And Chuck, that's a saying from Ben Shapiro. And I know that's going to piss you off because you don't like anybody on the conservative side. You don't like that. And that's specifically why I said that, to piss you off, because it's really fun to piss you off. And like I keep saying, these people are coming after me left and right now on Twitter. They all block me, yet they all talk about me. And that's fine because, like I said, every tier is another sub for Geeks and Gamers. So continue to cry. Cry your eyes out. Watch Geeks and Gamers continue to grow. Because what Geeks and Gamers is here to give you the facts. And the facts are, after 17 weeks on sale, The Last Jedi still has not matched the first week of The Force Awakens Blu-ray sales. Now, moving on, looking at the rest of the year, there's a really good chance because Black Panther released 2 months after The Last Jedi. 2 months. The Last Jedi had a 2-month head start, and Black Panther has almost caught it. So Black Panther is more than likely going to pass The Last Jedi before the end of the year. It's going to be close. And Infinity War has a really good chance to pass it also. So that means that The Last Jedi could end up 3rd overall. 3rd for a Star Wars movie. The Force Awakens finished #1 for the year. Rogue One finished #1 for the year. And right now it looks like, now again, we're looking into the future. This is not me saying it's a fact. I'm just looking at how the numbers are moving, and it appears that Infinity War and Black Panther will both surpass The Last Jedi, meaning it's 3rd for the year, whereas The Force Awakens was setting Blu-ray sales records. And I don't have the numbers in front of me. I think The Force Awakens is like the 4th best-selling Blu-ray of all time, and while Blu-rays haven't been around for 50 years, the other films that are within that top 5 with The Force Awakens are movies that were released several years ago. So The Force Awakens was a juggernaut, and it broke records, and the audience for the most part, enjoyed it. And I already know, I can hear the comments a mile away. My audience is going to kill me over that, and that's fine. But the facts are The Force Awakens was a success. It was a success at the box office. Week 2, it only dropped 39%. It had great legs, great word of mouth, great audience scores. Then the Blu-ray broke every record known to man, and the numbers proved it. The Last Jedi broke the fandom. I stand by what I said in the video that Chuck doesn't seem to like, and he doesn't want to sit there and acknowledge the facts that are mentioned in the video, but those are the facts, Chuck. I'm sorry. Again, shout out to you one more time, Chucky Poo, from Ben Shapiro. Facts don't care about your feelings, Chuck. They really don't. So you're just going to have to deal with it. Shout out to Brian Young for lying about me, and then after being exposed, quietly editing his article but not offering an apology. Shout out to MakingStarWars.net. Jason and Amanda, you're the best because you just advertised the hell out of Geeks and Gamers, so I figure I'd give you a shout out back. I really appreciate it. Keep talking. Every tier equals a sub for Geeks and Gamers, and I'm loving it. You guys have a great day. We will talk to you later.